Hey ratbags, it's Jade. There's another update to Grounded with the PTB, the Make It and Break It update, with a whole new bunch of stuff added, including these bad boys. Surprisingly, these weren't part of the initial offerings, but they've now been added, so you can now set up a proper fungal dangerous zone. The strange spores are now, I believe, in the trap section. We've also got a couple of brand new logic stuffs. If we go into design mode, we've now got something called the random selector and the random chance. So all that plus the patch notes of what's been changed, including probably the best thing for me, I can now go ahead and change back running to how I've always wanted it, as I did make some changes to it recently and I wasn't a big fan. So that is an absolute win. That is now an option for me again to have it back how it used to be. Because man, that was throwing me always being able to run. So yeah, I've got a bit of insomnia as I just woke up from a 3-hour nap. That's what happens when you have painkillers and toothache. So yeah, I thought I might as well do this video as the patch literally came out at the same time. So new gizmos, we've got a random chance. On roll, this gizmo will trigger linked actions based on success chance, useful for making random behaviors. Then they've got the random selector. On trigger, this gizmo will randomly select which linked objects to trigger, useful for making random behaviors. The Obsidian guys are D&D nerds, right? Big part of Grounded's game. Everything from the classes, the weapons, the combat, and of course some of the locations you go around, as well as the story. So yeah, you can just simply set it to have a 0 chance of happening or 100% chance of happening. And you would be connecting that up to all sorts of things like spawners. So I've got it set up now. Button to the randomizer, randomizer to the creature. I've got it set to 20%. So let's give it a shot. Okay, didn't happen. Let's keep spamming it. Oh, it worked that time. So you get the idea. And then this one is a random selector. So this will actually still help with people that have gone to the effort of designing like huge complicated ways to have this already. I think I've seen Max Fox do this the best way. Effectively, you've got different choices. So if you had 20 links set up to 20 different creature spawns, I'm sure you'd use this maybe in combination with the chance here, random chance. And this way you can add real variety in gauntlets. Game modes where you've got players going through trying to survive, or arena battles. No longer is it going to be routine, or they're not going to get used to facing the same creatures at exactly the same point. You can literally make it. It'll be a random selection chance. And obviously you can use this to give people random weapons and armors, or create loot boxes with the random chance one actually as well. You can make some chests maybe open, or have this connected actually to that. And I'm pretty sure there's ways that you'll be able to make kind of random what you get. Again, this isn't my biggest strength or forte. I'm just too dumb. But I'm going to get better. I'm definitely want to get better because I want to do guides and tutorials on it. Especially when you've learnt fresh. Hopefully I can finesse it and get even more better at it, making more maps. A strange spore, the exploding fungus normally found in haze. So obviously, yeah, this was just something that didn't get added. They are planning to add a bunch more stuff to Playgrounds. If you don't realise, this is going to be something they're focusing on for a while now. And so there'll be lots and lots of additions, more traps, new items, gizmos, and even more props. Player can no longer interact with trigger volumes in play mode. That was a big bug that was happening. So if you was playing any of the maps, you might have realised that stuff was going wrong with it, or you could access stuff you shouldn't have. Milk molars and other destroyed objects will no longer respawn after loading your game. Fixed a handful of issues related to raw science in Playgrounds. You no longer take damage in haze after plugging the weed killer canister. Effectively, the haze was kind of invisible and it was still there even after plugging it. You can now download a design copy of your published playground by selecting in the save menu and hitting download design copy. If you put a playground code to download for a playground you published, it will properly add it to the downloads menu for playing. Team uses their hand again while peeping underwater. Relocating an object really far away from your team will no longer cause it to become uninteractable. Spawn creatures, drop backpacks and creature projectiles are properly removed when returning to design mode. Customized actions work while underwater. Unstable capacitor trinket works with bows, staves and thrown objects as well. That is crazy. I'm so glad that's a change. I can add that to my full trinkets guide when it comes out, when this update arrives for everyone on the 13th. And there you go. Did take quite a few hits there from an arrow, so it's not going to be like every 3 hits. That's only reserved for the pinch whacker and the prod smacker. But yeah, Still at least nice to have a chance of it happening with ranged effects if you really want to give it a go. And there we go again. Adjustments to the sprint mode options. Push to run is now hold to run. Added a new push to run that matches the default sprint behaviour on gamepad prior to 1.3. Various relocation fixes for small foliage in the yard. Minor visual cleanup on the counter with conditional gizmo. Improved creature audio when lots of creatures exist all at once. Having a published playground no longer allows going over the 10 manual save limit. Hot deposit interaction shows up on storage chests again. Fix the crash that occurred with traps. Fix the crash that occurred with creatures spawning linked to pressure plates. Additional Burgle quest fixes. So there we go, guys. I reckon that might be one of the last updates we receive before it goes live. I mean, you never know, there might be a last one tomorrow, but the update is in going live for everyone on Monday. I just can't imagine there's going to be too many more changes they'll do, unless they're planning to work over the weekend, which would be fairly unusual. So everything you've seen up till now is probably what's going to be there for the update. I think there will still be a little bit of instability and a few hot fixes and patches going through, just as obviously there's going to be even more people actually giving this a shot for the first time. And that's it from me. I'm going to go back to sleep maybe. Go and check out tonight though. I've got my 5 things never coming to Grounded and 10 things that are. Basically the future of Grounded. Did a bit more research into the possibilities of what's coming. Actually shown you bits and bobs from different interviews to give the definitive picture, as we know right now, of stuff that is cancelled and stuff that isn't. So until then, I'll see you later. Bye bye.